Have you ever started a workout thinking, okay, this time I'm really going to stick with it, only to end up with a sore knee, a stiff back, or worse, a pulled muscle that sidelines you for weeks? You're not alone. So many people over 60 are told that exercise is the key to staying healthy, and it is, but not all exercises are created equal. In fact, some of the most common moves out there, the ones you've probably seen on TV or heard about at the gym, can actually do more harm than good when you're over a certain age. And let's be honest, it's frustrating. You want to stay active. You want to feel good, not worse. And when something that's supposed to be healthy ends up causing pain, it's hard not to feel discouraged. But here's the good news. You don't have to stop moving. You just have to move smarter. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 popular exercises that might be silently hurting your body, especially your joints, spine, and balance. And I'll show you what to do instead, so you can stay strong, active, and independent without risking injury. Because at this stage in life, the goal isn't to compete with anyone or look like you're 20 again. The goal is to feel steady, confident, and pain-free in your own skin. Now, let's start with one that might surprise you. Crunches and sit-ups. Yep, those old-school exercises that so many people still do, thinking they'll flatten their belly or strengthen their core. But here's the thing. As we get older, our spine becomes more sensitive to pressure, especially in the lower back. Crunches, which involve repeated bending of the spine, can put a lot of strain on those delicate discs. Over time, that can lead to soreness, tightness, or even disc issues, and nobody wants that. Now I get it. We all want a strong core. It's not just about looks. It's about balance, posture, and even how easy we get out of bed in the morning. But here's a better way to strengthen your core without risking your back. Try gentle core stabilizing movements. For example, simply sitting upright in a sturdy chair and slowly lifting one knee at a time while tightening your stomach can do wonders. Or you can lie on your back with your knees bent and slowly press your lower back into floor, holding for a few seconds before releasing. It sounds simple, but trust me, these controlled movements are much safer and still incredibly effective. Let's talk about another sneaky one, running. Now, before you start shaking your head, I know plenty of folks who still love to run and feel great doing it. But for many people over 60, especially those dealing with arthritis, knee pain, or bone density issues, running can be harsh. All that repetitive pounding on the pavement puts a lot of force on your hips, knees, and ankles. And once cartilage starts wearing down or joints become inflamed, it doesn't take much to make things worse. But that doesn't mean you have to give up cardio. Not at all. Movement is still vital for your heart, your lungs, and even your mood. So, instead of running, try walking at a brisk pace or swimming. Walking, especially on softer surfaces like grass or track, is so much easier on your joints. And swimming? Well, that's one of the best full-body workouts out there. Zero impact, great resistance, and it even supports your body weight while you move. Plus, floating in warm water feels pretty amazing, doesn't it? The key here is to pick movements that work with your body, not against it. There's no shame in slowing down a bit or modifying your routine. In fact, it shows wisdom. It shows that you're listening to your body, and that's one of the most important things you can do as you age. Because once you start tuning in, you begin to notice the difference between a workout that energizes you and one that leaves you feeling worn down or aching. You don't need to follow fads or force yourself into high-impact routines that were designed for people half your age. What you need is something sustainable, something you look forward to, not dread, something that makes your joints feel looser, not tighter. That's the kind of movement that gives back. More energy, better sleep, less stiffness, and a whole lot more confidence as you go about your day. And let's not forget this. Exercise should never feel like punishment. If it does, something's off. The right movement should feel like self-care, like a gift you're giving to your future self. Whether it's a short walk after dinner, some gentle stretches in the morning, or a bit of light strength training with resistance band, what matters is that you're moving in a way that supports your health without putting it at risk. Now that we've looked at crunches and running, Let's move on to one more exercise that might be causing more trouble than it's worth. Now, let's talk about one more exercise that often gets recommended for strength and flexibility, but can quietly wreak havoc on aging joints if you're not careful. And that's deep squats. Now, I know squats are all the rage. You hear people say, squats are the king of lower body exercises. And they're not wrong for younger bodies. But once we pass a certain age, especially if we got creaky knees or lower back issues, deep squats can do more harm than good. I've heard so many folks say, I tried doing squats like they showed in that video, and now my knees won't stop aching. Sound familiar? Here's the problem. Deep squats, where your hips drop below your knees, put a ton of pressure on the knee joints and the lower back. And if your balance isn't what it used to be, you're also risking a fall. You don't need that. At this stage in life, your movement routine should support your mobility and independence, not challenge your joints to a duel. But that doesn't mean you can't strengthen your legs or improve flexibility. You absolutely can. You just have to approach it a little differently. Try what I like to call sit-to-stands. You start by sitting on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Then, without using your hands, slowly stand up, then sit back down and control motion. It mimics the movement of a squat, but without the joint stress or risk of losing balance. And here's the beauty of it. It's functional. It trains your body for a movement you do every day. Getting up from the couch, using the toilet, standing up from the dinner table. It's the real-world version of strength training. And if balance is a concern, place the chair near a countertop or wall so you can steady yourself if needed. Over time, you'll build leg strength, improve your confidence, and feel more stable on your feet. No gym required, no fancy equipment, just you, a chair, and a little consistency. Now, let's talk about something that might be holding a lot of people back without them even realizing it. Fear. Fear of hurting yourself. Fear of falling. Fear of doing the wrong thing. It's real and it's valid, especially if you've had an injury in the past. But the answer isn't to stop moving altogether. The answer is to find movements that feel safe and empowering. Sometimes it's not just about the exercise itself. It's about how we do it. If we rush through a movement, or we're distracted, or we're pushing past what our body is comfortable with, even the safest exercise can become risky. But when you slow things down and focus on quality over quantity, everything changes. One mindful, well-done movement is worth more than 10 sloppy ones. And here's something else I want you to remember. Progress doesn't mean pushing through pain. Pain is your body's way of asking you to pause, to reevaluate, to adjust. Discomfort from effort, that's one thing. But sharp pain or lingering soreness for days, that's a signal. A smart fitness plan after 60 should work with your body, not bully it. If you've been feeling unsure about what exercises to trust or how to even start moving again after an injury or long break, I want you to know it's never too late to get back on track. And you don't have to go it alone. There are physical therapists, trainers who specialize in older adults, and even gentle online exercise classes made just for your age group. The resources are out there. You just need the confidence to take that first step. It doesn't have to be a big leap. Maybe you start by adding a 5-minute stretch session in the morning. Maybe you take an easy walk after lunch. Or maybe you try those sit-to-stands I mentioned while the coffee brews. The point is to build habits that support your life, not interrupt it. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward greater independence, energy, and peace of mind. Think about what it would feel like to move around your house more freely, to garden without worrying about your knees, to travel without needing to stop and rest every hour. That's what safe, smart movement can give you. Not just muscle or flexibility, but freedom. The freedom to do the things you love for as long as possible. And isn't that what we all want? Not to be the strongest person in the room, but the one who still feels good walking through it. You don't need intense workouts or intimidating gym machines to get there. You need movements that nourish your joints, strengthen your muscles, and give you confidence, not concern. The old saying, no pain, no gain, just doesn't apply anymore. In fact, the new motto should be no pain, all gain, because when you take care of your body the right way, you don't just avoid injury. You actually get stronger, more mobile, and more vibrant with time. Now, before we wrap up, let's look at how we can put all this together in a way that feels doable, not overwhelming. Because what really matters is how it all fits into your life. Not someone else's routine, not what you see in a fitness ad, but your real day-to-day lifestyle. If you ever felt like exercise has to be some big, sweaty production, I'm here to tell you, that idea needs to go out the window. The truth is, the most powerful thing you can do for your body is to move it in ways that feel good, support your health, and keep you feeling steady and strong. The good news? You don't need to spend hours working out. You don't need to force yourself through painful movements just because someone said they're effective. You can protect your joints, strengthen your muscles, and boost your energy with exercises that feel right for you, not for someone half your age. Let's say you stop doing push-ups because of wrist or shoulder pain. Instead of giving up on upper body strength, try doing gentle wall push-offs. Stand facing a wall. Place your hands shoulder-width apart and slowly lean in, then push back. Your shoulders stay safe, your wrists aren't strained, and you're still giving your arms a solid workout. It's all about adjusting, not avoiding. And if you've had a hard time with balance, that doesn't mean you should give up on movement. It means you should focus on rebuilding that balance in safer ways. Stand near your kitchen counter and gently lift one foot off the ground while holding on. Do it for a few seconds each day. Before you know it, your stability improves, and so does your confidence. The same goes for building endurance. You don't need to hit the treadmill or jog around the block. Walking around your home during commercials, dancing for 5 minutes to your favorite music, or taking the stairs one extra time. These are all ways to build stamina, gently and gradually. And if you're sitting there thinking, but I've let myself go, or I'm too old to start now, let me just say this. You're not too late. You are never too old to start treating your body with love and attention. Every moment you choose to move with purpose is a step toward a better, more comfortable life. And it's not about perfection. It's about progress, slow, steady, and sustainable. What matters isn't whether you can lift a certain weight or do a fancy move. What matters is how you feel. In your body, your joints, your energy. If you can carry your groceries without strain, get out of a chair without needing help, or walk through your home without fear of falling, you're doing something right. And that deserves to be celebrated. The best part? Once you find the movements that feel safe and doable, your motivation grows naturally. You begin to want to move more. Your sleep improves, your mood lifts, and your confidence builds. It creates a ripple effect, where one small change starts opening doors you didn't even realize had closed. Like feeling comfortable enough to play with your grandkids again, or going on that trip you've been putting off, or simply waking up and moving through your day without that heavy, tired feeling. It doesn't take a miracle. It takes small, thoughtful changes, avoiding the exercises that hurt, replacing them with ones that help, and staying consistent without overdoing it. That's the formula. So if any part of your body has been telling you, this doesn't feel right, or if you've been nervous about starting again, take this as your sign. You deserve to move through life feeling good. And you can feel good no matter your age. It's not about chasing youth. It's about choosing strength, balance, and peace in the body you're in today. And if you found any of this helpful or encouraging, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what exercises you've had trouble with, or what movements you've discovered that actually feel great. Your experience might help someone else watching, too. We're all in this together. And when we share what works, we lift each other up. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps get this message out to more people who might need it. And if you want more down-to-earth advice on staying strong, sharp, and independent after 60, be sure to subscribe. We've got lots more practical, no-nonsense tips coming your way. Above all, remember this. You're not fragile. You're just wise. And with that wisdom, you can make better choices for your health, ones that honor your body and support your goals. Whether it's walking more comfortably, avoiding injury, or just feeling a little more alive in your own skin, those changes are within reach. You just have to start where you are and keep moving forward one kind step at a time. Here's to living your best life at any age. You've got this.